Gonna start. Um, so we are here with Eleanor Harvey at the Canada Cup #1 in Montreal, Quebec. Eleanor, thank you so much for accepting an interview. And this is just gonna be a conversation, informal conversation about your upcoming, to an Olympian and medal bronze in the Olympics. So thanks so much. I think let's just to start how you started fencing. Your earliest memories, how you started in the sport.
Well, I started fencing when I was 10. I started because I really wanted to go to the Olympics, and I was doing karate at the time, but found out that karate was not in the Olympics. So my mom's boyfriend and I, we used to stick fight in the backyard, and he ended up hearing an interview with a legendary fencer from Canada, Shireen Shalm, and thought, oh, she should try fencing. So he suggested it, I tried it, and I decided, yeah, this is my sport.
Yeah, and what got you engaged or like made you say that this is what I want to do?
I really just initially very much enjoyed the one-on-one aspect.
Yeah.
I liked the intensity of it. I liked that it was a good outlet for my competitive energy. And I liked that I could basically, I don't know, it's a combination of physical and mental challenges.
Yeah. When it comes to the mental challenges, I think it's important to maybe delve into that, in that because we see it on TV and in tournaments that is so fast,
Yeah.
and we tend to forget the other part. How important is that, the mental aspect, and maybe also the emotional part of it?
Yeah, it's a really emotional sport because it is one-on-one and because you're basically trying to stab each other. So it does feel very personal.
Yeah.
But in terms of mental, sometimes it's a challenge because you have to try to understand what your opponent is trying to do and think of solutions to that. And so basically, if you're fencing someone about your level, you just go back and forth solving what each other is doing. And you have to have, there's a prerequisite physical skill, physical ability to help you with that. But if you're unable to solve what's going on or understand what type of action you should do, it doesn't even matter. Even if you're more fast or strong than them, you could still lose to that person.
Yeah, so having an excellent technical or physical condition is not enough.
Yeah, not enough. Yeah, you really need a lot to be going right to have a good fencing day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's
And what's your reaction over the years? What has been, let's say, the worst that you've encountered in terms of things not going well, and how you overcome that?
oh, there's a lot. There's been a lot of tournaments that I've lost. When I was younger, I would just have a very emotional reaction. I still do, but when I was younger, I would just be crying and angry and feel just really, really upset. But you kind of have to really develop a strong resilience because you can let the defeats, crush you and make you not believe in yourself. But the best fencers, they've all been through a lot of defeats, and it's those that keep going and take lessons from what they've learned that are able to, eventually get to a level where most people aren't ever fully consistent. You could go to for me, I can go to a World Cup and I can lose my first bout, or I can win a medal. Either one of those things is possible.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting and addicting about it, but it's also heartbreaking. So it's kind of about just getting experience is very important. Developing your confidence by competing more and having little bits of good experience that you eventually can come together and lead to a really good day. And those days make it all worth it.
Do you have a support network that you rely on when things are not going well?
Yeah.
Who they
Yeah.
are? Or
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Well, I guess fencing is an individual sport, but it is very important to have a network of people either at your club or for me, I'm on the national team, so I'm able to talk to my teammates to feel better talk to my coaches, and I'm lucky because I have like a mental performance consultant, and she's a professional at dealing with athletes that go through the ups and downs of competing. And so she's a great resource. Not everyone is lucky enough to have that, but it's something I really appreciate, and helps me a lot when I just need to talk about something and my teammates or my coach or my friends are, they're not trained to deal with that. I've probably already talked about them to them about it enough. It's time to talk to someone that can actually give me some some tangible things.
And when it comes to advising others that are interested in learning the sport, trying it to see if they like, what do you suggest to them? Is it difficult, dangerous? Stay away from it. What do you?
Oh, it's actually a very safe sport.
Yeah.
It seems like it could be dangerous, but basically you just get some bruises. That's very normal, but it's a very safe sport. You're fully protected. I think what's really cool about it is the variety of types of styles there are and different types of people that can be good at fencing. So if you're someone that is more like, you can put your personality into your style. So if you're someone that's more like, I don't know, aggressive, you can use that in your style. You really like hit the blade really hard and go forwards and try to attack. Or if you're more like me, you enjoy going backwards, trying to make the other person make a mistake and then capitalize on their mistake. Or it can be a mix of any of those things. You can be short, you can be tall. As long as you have some sort of style that matches your physical skills, then anyone can be good, and it can be fun for anyone, and you get to see yourself evolve over time as you practice different types of movements, and you can never stop learning. You can never be too good. I just won a medal at the Olympics, but I can name 20 things that I need to improve on, which is good. I feel like if I felt like I had finished learning, then I wouldn't want to fence anymore. But I'm excited to keep developing my skills.
So what is, let's say for you, the next steps in terms of, you're saying improving? Is there any priorities that you have in mind right now?
Like in terms of my actual fencing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not super comfortable in I guess two things. Lefty. It's not my comfort zone.
You're a lefty?
I'm left-handed,
okay.
And I really have been struggling the last while fencing other left-handed fencers.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely trying to focus on that.
So probably they say the same thing about you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Sure. It's just a different, not all lefties, but in general, if I look at the people that I lose to, a lot of them are left-handed. So it's getting more comfortable attacking against left-handed fencers.
Is it you think, let me just make a pause there, because my children are also fencers and also they face that.
Yeah.
There's a lefty, I see that they have a lot more challenge.
Yeah.
And is it the position of the piste or just in general, maybe the left brain versus the right brain? Or
I think just the distance is a little bit different. They're always a little bit closer than you think they are, because if you're used to righty, and the angle that you have to use to do the touch is different. So a lot of the time I'll do a really good action, I'll win the action, but I'll just barely miss. I'll just hit but not get a light. Hit and I'm I did the right thing, but they scored a point. Yeah. So kind of needing to reflect on that, and not just reflect on it, but actually just fence more lefties, which I've been doing. And another situation that I want to work on is the simultaneous situation. So when we're both going forwards, we're both committing. That's not something I am super comfortable with. I like a clear attacker and clear defender situation. I feel much more comfortable with that. In defense, I'm pretty comfortable developing a lot of good attacking skills. Simultaneous, it's just not my favorite. So trying to work on that as well.
Okay. And for this year, are you planning next tournaments?
Yeah. So
yeah.
The first World Cup is at the end of November in Tunisia. So I'm just getting over a concussion right now, but I should be able to start training next week. And I'll have almost a month to prepare for that tournament. And I've already been fencing in September, and all of September I fenced. I haven't fenced in October, so it's been almost 3 weeks. but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Do you also coach?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
maybe for those who would like to take a lesson with you, or can you share some of the details of
Yeah.
where you coach and?
Yeah, so I coach at Dynamo Fencing Club in Richmond, BC. I am always helping out with the 420 class, which is for 6 and under, so really little kids, just starting in fencing, kind of learning how to move, playing games, and having fun and kind of developing fencing related skills, and a little bit of fencing as well. And then I also help out with the intermediate, or the like 9 to like 13-ish class every day, which is 5 to 6:40. So that's like the class, and then after that I'm fencing. So 6:40, that's my training time.
But you also provide private lessons?
Yeah, I actually haven't started giving lessons at Dynamo yet.
Okay.
But I'm gonna, as I get more used to the environment and kind of settle in, I'm gonna start giving lessons as well. Yeah.
Good. Well, if there's any other thing you'd like to share to the audience in the channel and the world about your career in fencing or anything else?
Well, I've been fencing for 19 years at this point.
19.
So it has been something that I have very much like fully committed to. And I think in terms of like winning an Olympic medal, that's what's most meaningful about it to me, is that, you know, I could have stopped, I could have quit, I could have changed careers. But I'm so thankful that I was able to keep going and have this like first medal for Canada. I think it can maybe be the beginning of a lot more from a lot of, like, in different weapons as well. And I think Canada is becoming a much stronger country, and it's a good place to start fencing now. You can become good enough to go to the Olympics and even win a medal. So that's really exciting, and I'm really just like happy to be a part of Canadian fencing becoming something that it's never been before.
Yeah, no, it's great that you mentioned the number of years. I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us, you know, and everybody sees the Olympics or other, world competitions, and you never see all the work that's put behind, and the time and tears and injuries and sacrifices in life.
Yeah.
Friends and parties and other things.
I know. So it is like I'm just really happy to have made a commitment to something that I really love.
Yes.
And I think anyone that like tries fencing and enjoys it, your goal doesn't have to be to go to the Olympics, but it's also something that can be a really fun and enriching experience for all levels. And you can learn a lot about yourself as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Eleanor, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I think everybody will be enjoying watching this.
Hopefully.
And then maybe they can contact you through Dynamo?
Sure, Instagram, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, if people are interested, you can reach out or reach out
Very
to
good.
Dynamo.
Well, thanks so much.
You. Bye.
Bye.